Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the...
Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special video unboxing and review, we're going to be looking at the new War for Cybertron Earthrise Autobot Twin Pack, Ironhide and Prowl. So what we're going to do with this video, we're going to unbox them live in a second. We're going to have a look at everything that comes inside the package. We're going to have a detailed look at them in both of their modes. We're also going to see how you can use the accessories with them. And then of course we'll do some comparisons with their Generation 1 self and some other figures from the same toy line. Before we get started though, let's have a look at this fantastic artwork on this box. It is brilliant. It looks really good. I think the artwork now, I think they're really up in their game again. I'm really impressed with it. It looks stunning. There's no special name for this box set at all. It's just literally, as you can see, it's just got their names there, Ironhide and Prowl, whereas some of the twin packs they've got specific names. This one hasn't. We've got the lovely Earthrise artwork there on the side, and then we've of course got the two stock images on the back. It's going to be 22 steps to do Ironhide and 15 to do Prowl. I'm also really excited about doing this because I don't have an Ironhide, nor do I have a Prowl from the War for Cybertron anyway. I've got a Ratchet and I've got a blue streak, but I didn't actually manage to get a normal Prowl or Ironhide anyway, so I've got no experience, well, I say with these figures, but as I say, they have molds have been used for other figures. But let's look at this then. So we've got, oh, this is completely different. Another thing that I like to do, and if as I say, it's coming across exactly like this, which it should be. I've never seen one of these at all in hand. I've not seen anybody's video on them. So when I'm doing this with you guys, it is completely brand new for me as well. I'm just going to rest them figures there like that. The instructions have come together, not separately. And it looks like we've got some things in here. Now, hopefully there should be a message in here. I've been caught out a couple of times doing videos like this, taking them out only to find nothing written on them at all. Right, the interesting thing straight away is this is really robust. This is really thick cardboard. It's not flimsy at all. There is definitely something look like it's written there. It says Nebula Station. Brilliant. And that's obviously really obvious that you can read that through there. I can't make anything out there that's smaller writing. But there you go. So there was something worth looking at. There they are inside the packaging. It's in a plastic casing. They're just holding with some tie wraps. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly take these out of there and I'll come straight back to you. Okay then, so here they are fresh outside of the packaging, and it was just a few tie wraps holding them in. And just to make you aware as well, on the back of Ironhide, he has got this additional bit of obviously security there just holding him in. So just be aware of that and don't obviously try and pull his head or move everything around. Just detach this first. It goes all the way around the wheels, and it's also all around the head as well, which I am just removing right now. And the other thing I've noticed as well is this Ironhide mold is different to the Ratchet one I've got. It looks, in fact, it probably is just a retool and redeco of the Ratchet. It's the shattered glass version. But anyway, let's have a look at him. So head sculpt, I love the detail. I love the blue eyes. Very G1-esque from the cartoon, obviously not the toy, because obviously you'll see why when I do the comparisons in a second. And for people who don't know, the original G1 toy didn't really have a head. But yeah, that twist sideways each way, it doesn't really go up and down, so you've just got left and right. Shoulder joint, full movement. Biceps, yeah, biceps and elbow joint as you'd expect. Waist swivel, hip swivel, legs all the way up and down. Knee tilt, ankle tilt, again, everything that you'd expect from a new figure these days, definitely. And the same with Prowl, but his head has got a bit of an up and down, not all the way, but I just got to zoom in on that. That's brilliant. Wow, really impressed with that. That looks really good. Shoulders again will do exactly the same. You might have to move the doors because obviously they'll get in the way. Round to the side, up and down, as well as moving with transformation. Yep, waist, hips, knees, ankles. I'm not going to go into much more detail with that because this is pretty much, you know, standard now and exactly what we'd expect from these newer figures. What I'm going to do now then though, we're going to have a quick look at them in their alternate modes, and then we're going to see how the accessories can be used with them in that first. Okay, then we're back, and as you can see, they're in their alternate modes, and a quick apologies for not doing it on camera. Two reasons: one is to keep the length of the video down, and two is not to spoil it for yourselves, because with a lot of these new figures, some of the transformation processes, they are pretty slick, to be honest. I'm going to start with Ironhide first, though, and yeah, just to show you with the instructions, what you've got is you've got all of Ironhide on the one side, and then on the other side, you've got all of Prowl. So simple enough, not too bad, and again quite intriguing. But this guy definitely is a redeco and slight retool of Shattered Glass Ratchet. And one thing I do want to point out with you, there's a bit of a QC issue unfortunately, is this side part here. I mean, it literally falls off with no effort needed whatsoever. As soon as I went to transform it, it just came off, same as that. You could see there, as soon as I just moved it, I mean, I'm not being overly forceful or anything, it just, this is just that fraction too wide, or the tabs on here haven't formed well enough. But I mean, it'll hold in place, but as soon as you go to move it, it's not the greatest, which you can see. Okay, alternate mode, as you'd expect, wheels go around. It looks, my issue with this is it just looks a bit too clumpy, and you can really tell that there's a lot of, you know, where it's all joined and mished and squished together. Like this whole roof part, I'll show you in a second, comes off, so there's a bit of a gap here. You can clearly tell that whatever that is at the back, it just didn't need to be. If they've got this here, they should have just come all the way down. So it is the feet, but the rest of it, it's not too bad. It's okay. I definitely will not be displaying it in this particular mode anyway. There's the gun that comes with him. So you've got two choices. You can put it on the roof like so, or as I mentioned, that it pretty much all just holds the roof on top. If I can just take it off quickly. Can I lift it off carefully without pulling it all apart? Let's have a quick look, because this doubles up later on when it's in robot mode as a shield in many other ways. And you can see, wow, this is stuck in. I need to be careful taking this out now. Let's just unclip the windows and the things. You could also, as well, if you wanted to, you could put the gun in underneath and you could still clip it all together like so. I'm not going to fully clip it in now. So you've got two choices. But the base, well, I suppose the most important reason, the reason why I'm showing it you, the main reason I'm showing you, is that you can keep all the accessories on it and you don't have to worry about losing it. But there you go. You can see it's just, I don't really like it. It's not as bad as a parts former, but I think it could have been far better. Don't get me wrong. Right, let's move him out of the way. Let's look at Prowl. And yeah, he's stunning. This is good. You've got the lovely translucent plastic there. Excuse me, slight negative maybe. If you look, if you want to be really pedantic and really look, you can see his head's turned around there inside. Otherwise, it'd just be completely visible at the bottom there. But the transformation process is quite slick. The legs all fold up into the back there, and you can see that they're the arms. But it looks good. I do really like it. Perhaps they could have done a bit more detail on the wheels, rather than just exactly what they look like. Some wheels just clipped over them too. And then for the gun, you've got, you can just put like so on the roof if you wanted to. So, do you know what? I prefer obviously the Prowl to the Ironhide, but again, definitely for myself, I will not be displaying these in their alternate modes. So we're going to come back for the final time now then. They're going to be back into their robot modes, and we're going to do some comparisons as well. Okay, then we're back for the final time, and what we're going to do, we're going to have a real good look at them again in their robot modes, but this time with their accessories, and seeing of course how they display and compare. I'm going to start off with Prowl because he's the easiest, and again he looks really good. That's again basically how he should be transformed, with these folded down. When he comes out of the box, they aren't there. If you wanted to, but again I don't know why you would want to, you could hold the gun and you can hold it on the back like that, so we can store it there, shall we say, rather than hold it. But of course, if you're going to be displaying him, you're going to want to put this in his hand. And again, this is the way that I'm going to be displaying him. So what I'll do very quickly, I will just pop him there like so. I'm going to move Ironhide just for a second. And there is, of course, Blue Streak from the same toy line. I just think Blue Streak looks that little bit better, mainly because the tyres, I know it sounds really silly, but the wheels, they just look a little bit like they've made more effort. With these, which I said on the side, I just think that looks really bad. I know you're not going to see much of it, but I just don't think it looks, yeah, it's, I don't know. It could be far better, couldn't it? Let's be honest. And then there, of course, is his Generation 1 original self. And I still love the G1. I think that's because of the sticker situation, but let's be honest, it's of course it's a better figure, but there we go. They look good together. And it's just a shame that a couple of little things on this, just I suppose minor little details, let him down, shall we say. I'm just going to move him down here for a second, and we're going to look at Ironhide, because there's lots to do with this. And this, in his robot mode, he totally makes up for, yeah, quite a bad, let's be honest, quite a bad alternate mode. So this is obviously the roof, so we can now, we've got a couple of things you can do actually. What you can do if you wanted to, you can fold these right out. You can take this gun part here and you can put that there, and then that is a massive homage to Generation 1, like the trailer there. So that's the G1 trailer, so you're pretty much sort of making that. So I do like that, let's be honest. The other thing that you can do with these, you can fold these in out of the way, and then this bit here, you can see it's on a slide. Now it had to be in the back position to be able to locate it to the roof, but if you bring it forwards, you've got like a huge rocket launcher now. So there's two ways you can use this. Obviously he can either hold it in his hand, he says carefully, trying to reach over a camera, not having much luck. There we go, like that. And the good thing is, as you can see, he is more than stable enough to do that, to hold that, to take the weight. He doesn't flip over, he doesn't fall over, he's not top heavy. It's brilliant. So he can hold that. He can also hold his other gun in his hand at the same time. So this guy, as I say, the robot mode definitely is making up for it all. Or you could either take it out, you could pop it on his forearm as well if you wanted to, or you could put the guns away, bring these out a little bit, and then attach these up into the shoulder, and you've got like a shield as well, or the other way around. There's a few different ways that you can use it. So the accessories, again, you can have them all on the figure basically, without having to worry about losing them at the same time. But yeah, definitely, as bad as it sounds, because of the parts that come with him, it really saves this figure in my opinion. So let's have a look then. So this is his Generation 1 self, and that is the third party head. So that's what I meant earlier. The original Generation 1 figure, and I don't know if everybody knows this, probably some of my viewers will, some of them won't, but that was the original Generation 1 Ironhide. And the main reason for that is because this toy was you know, it was a Diaclone figure beforehand, and it was supposed to have a pilot in there. So that's the reason for that. But you can see huge improvement on that. I'm just going to put his third party head back on before we continue. And then what I'm going to do is bring up Shattered Glass Ratchet. And again, there it is. You can now clearly see that they're very similar. You've got a different, obviously, tooling for the head, and of course loads of different colors, and an additional bit on the top for the roof of Ratchet because he's an ambulance, but otherwise it's pretty much the same. But it's a good set. I do really like it. Again, I don't really like the fact that it's really hard to get hold of. I don't know why they keep doing it. They always, you know, there's always seems to be some sort of store exclusive now with these figures, making them harder and harder for everybody to get hold of. But it is good. It is good. The reason why I've got it is because I don't have either of these at all. I wasn't able to pick them up. So I was lucky enough to find the box set and buy them. But if you've already got these, whether you'd want to change them or not, it could just be, again, the fact that you might have the old mold. I don't know. So you leave the comments in the box. If the old mold of him is the same as the old Ratchet, then I understand why you might want a new one. But there you go. That's my opinion of them. I think they look good. I'm definitely going to be displaying them in robot mode, and I hope this helped you with your decision if you wanted to get one as well. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching. Like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe.